and welcome to the Gamers Table.
That's
Craig,
right.
Ken, and Chris.
It's Monday, and we're reviewing Ikusa.
Ikusa.
We are Ikusa.
There we go.
There you go.
A little slow there. Yeah.
The object of Ikusa is to be the first player to gain control of 35 provinces. All players begin the game with the same number of provinces. You gain more by capturing them from your opponent. First, outplan your opponents by spending your wealth wisely. Will you recruit more military units, or hire the deadly ninja to assassinate your enemy? You decide. Then bid cleverly and position your military units skillfully. You'll need a handful of luck on your die rolls to eliminate enemy military units and claim another province. Diplomacy can become an important part of your strategy in this game. Depending on your starting position, you may need to negotiate a temporary truce with at least one opponent, or your domain will quickly diminish. Be wary of your allies, however. In Ikusa, no one can be trusted. Especially not those guys. War game.
It's a very nasty war game.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 20-year-old board.
It has been updated,
Roughly,
yes, with
yeah.
all new figures
It's
and
been
stuff.
Shogun, it's been
Samurai
swords, and now it's called Ikusa. So you've probably seen this around before. It's pretty much the same thing. If you don't mind dice rolling, because the dice rolls, no matter how well you strategize, can completely mess you up or benefit you. This one, you're rolling at or under a certain number. So you could throw a whole mess of guys at an area, you know, your opponents, but you outnumber them 2 or 3 to 1, but their lucky dice rolls will either whittle you down extraordinarily or, you know, benefit you. You've been taking everything out. I played it once years ago, and we played it a number of times recently, and now where are we?
Big board.
Bigger board.
Little player board with markers for all your experience levels for all your armies.
I like this because you end up in war games where you got way too many pieces for the actual province or spot on the board. This allows you to have one figure on the board represented by 3 different spots.
These are your armies, these are not your
The
provincial
armies.
force. So,
Yeah.
and you're only allowed so many 5 pieces for your provincial force in the area too, so that kind of limits. You've got your guys. They each do a certain thing. They there's certain moves. What I like about this one is there's a limit to your areas and your armies. You can't just do an arms race and just sit there for hours on end, just building up until someone decides, screw it, I'm just going to go attack. Finally, you know, well, finally something's happening. No, this one is, if you don't take any ground, you're not going to get anywhere. You lose territory, too much territory, you're going to start losing your money, your koku, what you can use to bid on or acquire, you know, more guys with, you know.
Your army is led by a daimyo. If your daimyo is destroyed, then somebody else gets promoted. But if the whole army is wiped out and your daimyo, you lose that army. You never get it back. So now instead of 3 big forces, you have 2, or 1, or 0.
It
But
is
you can get it
possible to
back.
get it back, but it's very unlikely.
Anyway, each of the provinces have a card associated with the province. I think that there's a lot of cool mechanics and things going on. I like the Ronin, that you place Ronin on one of your province cards, but you don't show which province it's on. I mean, the Ronin are great for special secret attack, you know, or just for defending something. You think, oh no, he's gonna come over there, and you throw some Ronin down, make things really nasty.
No
So
way.
there is player elimination in this game.
If you eliminate a player, you get all your army.
No, you get all their army.
No, you
get
get
their
all your
stuff.
armies back.
You get your leaders
yours,
back, yeah.
but you also get
Yeah,
their
your
stuff.
daimyo.
Yeah.
There is no
And-
way for a player to come back in the game once they've been
Oh, yeah, well,
completely eliminated.
Player elimination is player elimination.
So there's a whole bunch of territories in this represented by these cards, and you have to get 35.
And the ninja is the big balance. I mean, if you're doing really well, when people find you're doing too well, they're going to send the ninja after you and assassinate one of your games. I mean, there's a chance that it can backfire, but it's not that high of a chance. It's fairly safe to use the on something. This is very
Was it a
mean
Milton
game.
Bradley that originally put this out?
No, Avalon Hill.
No, originally.
I
Back
think
in the
Avalon
80s.
Hill has always had it.
Oh,
Yeah, Ken, you're right. It was first published by Milton Bradley in the Game Master series. Originally was the Shogun in 1986, and Samurai Swords in 1995, and now it has been repurposed again under the Hasbro Avalon Hill Wizards of the Coast consortium sort of deal. But it's an uphill battle because everybody's jockeying for position, and it's rather chaotic because there's wars going on everywhere, and alliances stick for very little time because you're really quick. Hey, I need more territory. He's weak. I know I said I wouldn't attack you, but
Best move for me
Well,
right
that's the
now.
thing. Your armies are rewarded for attacking. Every time they attack, they go up this experience track. And once they hit the 2, they can fight twice per round, which is a lot more powerful.
and they can move farther.
And move farther.
And they can move further, yeah.
Being a war game, it's really not my favorite type of game. And the theme, I mean, yeah, it's set in feudal Japan, but you could call your armies hamburgers, hot dogs, and french fries if you wanted to, and it'd be like the Great Burger War of 1845. The theme doesn't really mean much to the game.
But anyway,
2 to 5 players, so they have up to 5 armies here.
You want to interrupt me? I'll let you go ahead.
You got
Well, I went ahead.
a ton of figures. This whole thing is full of figures. You see in there how deep that is. There's a lot of little figures in here. And this also doubles as your prey of choice.
Turn order or building or anything like that. Levy units, hire Ronin, and hire Ninja.
And you distribute the coins that you get for your provinces
Cuckoo.
secretly in there to say what you're going to do this
Cuckoo.
round. Then everybody reveals at once, showing what they're going to do. So wrapping up
You're the
for
one who piped up
Ikusa.
right after.
Wrapping up for Ikusa. I give Ikusa a 6. I mean, war games are not my favorite, and this has player elimination that can, like, really, you're out of the game, you're not coming back. And there's a lot of screw you factor in this game. Almost
Oh my gosh.
every phase of this game, there's some way to screw people out of
Well,
what they're going to have.
With the Ninja and the Ronin in there, you don't know they've taken that, and you go to attack that certain area, and they've got end up putting it there, then you're up against a brick wall pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 7. Yeah, it's the dice rolling, it's the player elimination. They're still fun games. They're not hard to learn or anything like that. There's randomness to the die roll. So you think you can be making a good move or anything like that. Your strategy seems sound, but then the dice roll totally kills you. The same with Axis and Allies.
Same
Fortress
with any
America, yeah.
war game or any game that
Any
uses
dice rolling that resolves combat, yeah.
I give Ikusa a 7. One thing I like this about over than Axis Analysis is the random placement. So it's not you're not
Well,
playing the
there's that
same
too,
game
yeah.
every game. But it's also the drawback because I find if you get a favorable initial placement, then odds are you're gonna definitely favor you in the game.
Oh yeah, if you start fragmented, you've got guys in a lot of little places and no big defensible spot. Somebody else is going to eat you up on one front, and then another front's gone, and now there's no way you can get
So
guys
if
back.
if you're spread out initially, yeah, it's no fun. If you've got a good power base, then it's fun.
Controlling the big island is key, I think, because it's easy to defend. Because as soon as you try to come across water, every defending unit gets to attack for free once before regular combat begins. I mean,
And
that's
then
a
when
lot
you get
of
those good
stuff getting
rolls in
lost.
there, you can just totally wipe someone out, even if they're forced like 3 times. I like that they limit the provincial forces to 5 units, and the armies are limited to, I think it's 15 pieces, and they can recruit from the provincial forces if they're in the same area, or leave guys behind. There's a number of different things you can do in this game.
So that's it for another episode of the Gamers Table. Tune in next week for another review of another game. And don't forget to check out our Independent Gamer Show coming to you every Friday until we don't have any more independent games. It won't. So it's up to you, independent game designers, send those games in.
because we will play them.
Yeah. And we'll review them.
Because that's what we do.
Say bye.
That was just cool.
Making sure, 'cause last time everybody had to pipe up
We're just waiting for you to start, and then
Yeah.
we'll pipe up.
Hello. No, that's not what I said.
Hello, Wilbur.
Hello.
Oh, good God.
It's one small step for man,